Talk CV Surviving Film Mode Africa checking in with the gang. Get on up in here Friday night. Get on up in here, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you do not miss an episode. You dig what I'm saying? Not too much going on tonight, man. Just kicking back. It's been a pretty good day, man. I didn't do too much today. I sold 2 items today. My parents came over, kicked it with them for a little bit. I did one Instacart order just to do some shit, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, it's been a pretty chill day, not too much going on. I'm still on break from work, you know what I'm saying? So that's going pretty good. It feels good to wake up and not have to go to work. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm still waking up super early, even though I'm off work. You know what I'm saying? So I got to nip that in the bud so that I can really start getting the proper sleep that I need, because sleep is key. You dig what I'm saying? Uh, Other than that, let's see what else been going on in my life. I ain't been on live since probably Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure. So, I pretty much been trying to focus on just keeping my uploads coming and trying to keep the shorts coming too. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely got to make sure I put my live streams out there also, because the live streams count too. You dig what I'm saying? But as far as the bullshit that's going on in my life, let me see. So my ex is basically trying to be friends or something again, and I'm like, nah, this shit is like, she already wasted 6 years of my life of us trying to be together and shit. Then we break up, and now you want to come back into my life and be friends? Like, nah, I feel like you don't wasted enough time in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to feel about it. What y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. But at this point, I just feel like, I don't know, she already wasted too much time. So it's literally pointless. It's a waste of time, waste of everything. I'm just trying to move on and better myself, but I feel like I'm damaged too, in the sense of like, I don't be trusting nobody no more for real. I gotta switch my mindset. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what they call healing. I don't know how to heal, but whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Motherfuckers be like, you need to heal. And then it's like, how the hell do you heal? What the fuck do that mean? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where I'm at, man, in my life. Just kicking it. So, I go back to work on the 13th. My sister popped up with a graduation on the 12th, which is pretty unfortunate for me, because I'll be trying to just chill, especially the day before I go back to work after a long stench of being off. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to have no obligations on that last day of going back to work. So it's still up in the air for me if I'm gonna go or not, man. I know I gotta make a couple more repairs to my car. I caught a flat tire today, so caught a flat tire today. I had to go get another tire put on. So yeah, I got a couple more parts in my trunk that I need to get put on my damn car too. So I'm trying to get all this shit done before it gets too cold and we get permanent snow on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much a rundown of what's been going on in my life. Let me think of other stuff. As y'all can see, I've been tapping into the Sora, the AI generated stuff. So I've been doing that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ended up showing my dad how to do it and shit. You know what I'm saying? And now he's just doing it back to back. Like, I'm like, okay, like, it's time to post it somewhere and make some money. Like, that's the thing. It's like, when you show somebody something, you want them to either add value to what you're already doing, or to have a plan and do something with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how to look at it, man. At this point, I'm just here, guys. You know what I'm saying? I've just been taking it easy, trying to focus on myself because it seems like the more I try to focus on other people, it's just letdowns, disappointment. Um, like it's never nothing good for real. You can never get no game from nobody else. Everybody can just steal your game. So it's basically like I've been just kicking back, just chilling, trying to. I think these next couple of days of my break, I'm not gonna be doing too much involved with other people for real because I feel like um I don't know. I feel like that'll be a part of my healing process. Cause it seems like even small stuff, like if I gotta do small stuff that ain't in my plans, it irritates me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that it irritates me like that. So I definitely need to I guess heal. You know what I'm saying? Heal from the bullshit that I done been through for so long and just try to get back on track as far as as far as everything really, as far as my mind and how I be feeling and what I be thinking, you know what I'm saying? Don't really want to carry that baggage into another relationship, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really want to be friends with a toxic person that caused the baggage, that caused me to feel like this, or that even caused it to get worse, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it right now. I'm about to check the analytics on the back end real quick, see where we at before we start our show. Once again, you are tuned into Presidential Secrets, man, part two. I did part one a couple weeks ago. Go check that out. We're back for part two, man. And as you guys can see, we're at 19,600 subs. So I'm trying to get to 20,000 subs, guys. That's the goal. My goal is to get to 20,000 subs before the end of the year. If we can do that before the end of the year, then I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I started this channel. It's been about 2 years now for the Surviving Film on Africa channel. I started this about 2 years ago, and we've came this far. You know what I'm saying? So I hope to continue it, and I hope you guys stick with me riding into 2026. You dig what I'm saying? It's a lot of different issues going on in the world, man. I've been kind of tapped out because I've been dealing with my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've been having to tap in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because the worldly issues run kind of parallel to your life now. As you guys can see, Trump has promised us $2,000 on our tax on our income taxes. You know what I'm saying? So if he pulls this through, he might be on the ballot for a third term. What y'all think? Is this enough? Is 2,000 enough to redeem all the bullshit that he's done so far? Or is it no comebacks from that shit? You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. Is he coming back from it? Is he the best president now because of this? Or what? You feel me? $2,000. I think last time what did we get? Like 1,400 or something around that. Something around there was like 1,400 or some shit. Now we getting 2,000, and he's saying these are residuals from the tariffs. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know where they getting this money from. I know it's gonna make us go into more debt. So I don't know where the I don't know what the debt even really affects because they keep just upping it and upping it. You know what I'm saying? So we must have got more money than they're saying we got back from the tariffs or something. Because if this passes, then that'll be dope for the people, but it might not be too good for our economy. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to these comments though, y'all. I'm just rambling and shit. Mike Hurd, what's up with you? Appreciate you coming through, bro. How you get this picture? Steven, what's up with you, bro? Appreciate you coming through. Do you still have Vietnam flashbacks? Yeah, man, I'm a war vet. I'm a war vet. I have flashbacks every day. Man, enjoy your life. Importantly, be happy. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm trying to do, man. But I want to enjoy it with somebody, but it's like everybody's complicated and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, you damn near just gotta rock to the beat of your own drum. You know what I'm saying? Cause if you get if you get your emotions too mixed up, that's the thing. I be getting my emotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? On the outside, I be trying to keep a tough exterior and shit, but in the inside, I be feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really got to work on. Just getting my insides right. You know what I'm saying? Getting my emotions intact and shit. Being emotionally stable. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm all over the place or some shit, but it's the one to where I be feeling a certain type of way and I be displaying a whole nother type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I be looking like I'm okay, but in the inside, I'm ready to smack your ass or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. I shouldn't be feeling like that. So I gotta tone it down. I gotta take my emotions out. Sometimes you gotta take your emotions out of stuff because the emotions can turn stuff bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been working on, y'all. Um, and on top of that, man, just trying to better myself as a man, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all and say I've been working out, but I've been thinking hard about working out. You feel me? I've been thinking very hard about working out lately. So I'm gonna start working out very soon. I need to start fucking today, really, but I plan to start tomorrow. So if I can start tomorrow, hopefully feel I can see some type of results by the end of the year, and it'll give me that motivation to keep going throughout next year. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I've been trying to do, man. Just better myself, implement different shit in my life for the better. Just trying to pay attention to different areas of my life and shit. Paying attention to my health. You know what I'm saying? Because if your health ain't right, you get sick or some shit, then that's really game over type shit. So been trying to, it's all about mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. You know what I'm saying? You got to have them all aligned too. That's the thing. They got to be in alignment. Sometimes they can be out of alignment. And that's what I feel like it is right now with me. My mind and my body and my spirit, they ain't really aligned right now. And that's the issue. That's why I got all different thoughts, these different emotions. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So, yeah. But anyways, man, let's head over here to TikTok and see what they got going on. I know we got grandma over here.
Things without fried.
Now, I think grandma is going to show us how to fry some potatoes tonight. So, stick around, man. I'm going to be just, I'm probably going to be all over the place tonight, y'all. Like I said, I just gave y'all a rundown of my whole goddamn life at this point. So, bear with me. Appreciate you guys coming through, man. Once again, hit that like button for me. I see we got 51 people in here. Hit that like button for me, man. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. You dig what I'm saying? And once again, man, sub up, sub up, sub up, sub up, sub up. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subs before the end of the year. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Potatoes. Let's make some fried potatoes. Now I've done peeled
Fried
them,
potatoes.
washed them, and sliced them, okay? And y'all know I'm using lard. You do not have to.
Lard. See, I can't do the lard, grandma. I can't do the lard, grandma. See, look, my parents just taught me how to make some good potatoes a couple weeks ago. Ain't that something? I ain't know how to make no taters. No good taters for real. They just gave me the sauce. And since then I've been making good taters. Ain't that some shit?
Shortening.
That lets you know how much shit I don't know in my goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? You be thinking you know some shit, whole time you don't know a goddamn thing.
Anything you want. Personally, I can't imagine not having my lard. So we're gonna let this melt.
So what do y'all be using in y'all potatoes? Do y'all be putting lard or do y'all use butter? I don't use lard because that's got something to do with meat. Like I think that's like yeah, that's something to do with meat. So I can't use lard. I can use butter though.
Hot, and we want it shimmering, because we all, again, we want to hear, we want to hear them start frying when we throw them in there. So let's heat this grease. See it melting? Put your flame on about in between medium and medium high if you've got electric. If not, there's what you got on gas. Let's heat this up. Hang on, let's get our taters drained off, because I got them soaking in cold water.
Okay, so
Ready.
I guess she's cooking them. See, look, y'all, this is how my parents told me to cook mine. They told me to get the whole potatoes, put them in the microwave first, and then and then fry them. But it don't seem like she's putting them in the microwave first because she said she got them sitting in cold water. So grandma is about to show me how to turn a regular potato into a fried potato, skipping the microwave radiational step, which is great. Let's see.
We're moving. Now, can you hear that sizzling? Can you hear that popping a little bit? Listen. It's moving and shimmering in the skillet. There we go. Now we want it to go. That's what we want. Now let's put these taters in there.
Okay, but you see how she got to cut them? She got them cut in a nice. She got them cut smaller. So
Now we're going up. You know we're using Tony's. We can't cook without our Tony's. This is almost impossible. It just won't taste right. And we're going to be generous with him. Use any seasoning you want. If you want to add you some onion, chop it up in there. Whatever you want, make them your taters. These are my taters, so this is what I want. We're also going to add just a little salt. Come close to there, baby. Not a lot, because Tony's has it in it.
that's how she make her taters. At least she putting seasoning in her shit. You can't say she ain't put no seasoning in her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Ground black pepper. That's it. It's simple. You want garlic pepper? Put what you want in it. This is how I make the plain, simple fried taters. Now we're going to put that lid on it. And we ain't going to touch it for a little while. We're going to, yeah. We'll be back. We're going to let it go about 5-10 minutes at least before we get ready to flip them, stir them, what you want to call it. Been 15 minutes. Nothing away from you. Just like camping. Moving in the skillet, be ready to turn. I really get perturbed with my cast iron sticks. Even a little bit. Because it tells me somebody else been using my skillet and not doing it properly. It's okay. Now you turn in, make sure you get all of them flipped over.
Grandma making us some taters, y'all. Y'all want to play?
Don't collar up on the top. Now we're going to re-salt this side. Just a little bit. Don't go crazy on it. Now let's leave them be. Another 10 to 15. They'll be pretty much done.
what? That cast iron skillet too. That's a good thing to have. Now I got a cast iron skillet in the kitchen, but I usually use mine for frying like fish and shit. But I never fry the potatoes in there. I always get like a regular skillet to fry my potatoes in. But maybe next time I should try the cast iron skillet. What y'all think? Anyways, this ain't about cooking with grandma, but we gonna let this run for a little bit longer. I'm gonna let some people get on up in here. We need to get them likes up before I start the show. Now, if y'all can get them likes up for me, then we can start our show because as you can see, the stream is called Presidential Secrets. This is our second installment. So we got to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So this is like our beginning show. You know, we going to watch grandma cooking some taters and then we gonna get into it because we got a lot of Epstein files to get into. So stay tuned, hit that like button, enjoy these taters.
Make sure if you got a little bit of sticky stick, make sure you give it a good scrape. Because that's the best part of your fried potatoes. We all know that. That right there, where'd you go? Get it back over here. That right there. We all know it. Now this is done. It took less than an hour. Took right at 45 minutes to fry you a whole big skillet of potatoes.
Okay, damn, this is 45 minutes. So that's why my mom and them told me to put it in the microwave first and then skillet it, so that saves it time because I can fry some potatoes now in like 10 minutes now instead of 45 minutes.
Now I'm just going to turn them off. Put the lid back on. As soon as my cornbread comes out of the oven, my greens is hot. Tasty, tasty, yum, yum, yum.
Cornbread.
The original no stick. That's right. We got him all greased back up. They best not touch my cornbread skillet ever again. Now let's fix a plate.
Cornbread. I want to learn how to make cornbread. Do y'all know how to make cornbread?
Let's make that plate. This is how I like to do it. I slice my cornbread. I put my butter on it.
Okay. Let's see how grandma do
Those
it.
beautiful beans we just cooked.
Okay, the
right
beans
over the
on
top.
there.
Don't forget a little extra juice. Bean broth. I don't care what you call it. Now, those delicious potatoes we fried, let's put them right on the side there. I'm mighty ambitious because I know I can't eat all that. Now let's add our greens.
The green.
Right there. Let's go on over here and get us a tasty test. I'm going to add just a little bit of apple cider vinegar to my greens.
Apple cider vinegar?
That's any and all bitter. Not that they are, but I just like it because that's how my daddy taught me to eat them.
Now that's different. Apple cider vinegar on
You
there?
want a bite? You want a plate? Come on up and grab you one. We got plenty today. Now let's get a bite. Let's try these beans first. I know y'all waiting anxiously.
What kind of beans is those?
Bite of these golden fried potatoes.
Fried potatoes?
You should be jealous. Your belly should be rumbling.
Okay,
Come on
navy
up and get you a
beans.
plate. I'll see you later. I'm going to eat.
That's some country cooking, y'all.
Well,
from
we can't
grandma.
have beans without fried taters. Let's make some fried potatoes. Now I've done been 15 minutes. Hoping they're away from you. Just like Hannah.
Okay, northern white beans for sure. It gotta be something like that. One of them two. Let's get to our sector.
Can you pull it up just? If you're ever watching the presidential motorcade, there's going to be.
Actually, we went
I don't.
through all
Can you
these.
pull it up just so we can see it? Because it's so
get
nuts. A report from
quickly
Reuters
to
today found
the Epstein
that every
files.
single living
So that's what
president.
I'm about to do. I'm about to pull up strictly the Epstein files because that's what we need to. That's what we need to get into tonight.
You're looking at never before video from the U.S. government of Jeffrey Epstein's private luxury compound in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now I'm going to speed past some of this. This is the walkway from the water up through these stairs, and then at the top of the stairs, you'll see the compound. You can see multiple buildings with lots of white doors with these locks on it. We believe that's the main
Jeffrey Epstein was living pretty goddamn nice. If you ain't
house with the blue roof. And then you walk over into the pool deck area and this large pool. I'm speeding up to show you what's at the end of the pool just because the U.S. government has two different videos of this particular statue. And then you move into this video of a bedroom. It's unclear where exactly this bedroom is in the compound. Walking into the bathroom, which also looks pretty generic. And then at the end, it'll give you a picture of what's in this.
Trump said he wasn't there that much. Trump said he wasn't there. He said y'all was lying on him. Trump wasn't there.
Medicine cabinet, also pretty generic.
Trump wasn't in there with them girls doing all that stuff.
Just wait, because there's something super weird coming. These never-before-seen videos and several photos that have not been seen before, which I'm also going to show you in a second, of Epstein's Island compound were released just a short time ago from the Democrats who sit on the House Oversight Committee. The Democrats say they got a hold of these images as a result of a November 18th request that they sent to the U.S. Virgin Islands Attorney General for production of documents, communications, and information pertaining to the investigation or potential criminal investigations of Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, we know this island and that luxury home were known to be sort of the epicenter of Epstein's sex trafficking ring. We know that young girls were taken to this island, and some of the survivors of Epstein talk about the horrors they endured in that pool, in that house, and in the surrounding buildings. Now, let's get into the super strange things that are in that house. Let's start.
Okay, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Trump was really involved in this stuff, or do y'all think that they're just trying to pin this on him? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all really think Trump was really in this house with those young girls? You know what I'm saying? Doing this stuff with Epstein? Or do y'all think they're just trying to pin this on Trump just to you know, put smut on his name? You know what I'm saying? You know how people do. You know how people do. You know what I'm saying? They'll just try to run with a narrative or some shit. So what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section.
Start with this. That appears to be like a dentist chair inside Epstein's house. Now, Epstein was not a dentist. It's unclear why this chair is in his house.
Nah, you know you rich as hell when you got the dentist at your shit. You know what I'm saying? He got the dentist office at his house. You know what I'm saying?
And also in this room are these very strange masks hanging on the wall, and there are two on this countertop. Let me zoom in so you can see them. Here's a closer look at these masks. Now, these are not like decorative, fancy, like Venetian masks. These are masks of men's faces, and they're pretty specific men's faces. Now, who these men are and why their faces are in mask form hanging on the wall is completely unclear. And then there's this room that either looks like an office or maybe a library or some kind of living room. You can see a desk there, 4 chairs, all these bookshelves. And then right there is where you would expect maybe like a TV, but instead that is a huge chalkboard and there are words written on it. Strange words. Here, let me zoom in. So here is a closer picture of it. You can see the words power, deception, truth. Up at the very top, it says plants. It says mirror in face here. It says music, time, and I think it says day.
What is that? That might be some Illuminati some Illuminati language shit. That shit say power, deception. I don't know. Truth. Damn. They got some shit blocked off. It looked like they probably done wrote that. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. This could be, they could be trying to spoof our ass. That do look like it's freshly written. Like, come on now. They just writing shit on the board. Like, come
there.
on.
It's unclear who wrote these words. We don't know whose handwriting this is, but you can also
Now Trump wrote the words. Come on.
see these black bars on the picture. Now, those are redactions from the House Oversight Committee, and usually redactions
Now, why is stuff redacted on the board? Why would stuff be redacted on this board? That's what I don't get either. See, they still hiding shit from us.
mean identifying information about victims. Lastly, there's this image of a telephone inside Epstein's home with
Okay, let's look at them names on there. I see at the top we got NY office, and of course they got some names redacted. Again, why are those names redacted? That's what I'm saying. They still hiding shit from us. Why is it that we can see Darren Sale, which is listed twice? We can see Mike Sale. Then somebody's name is redacted for some reason. This their Sale on there. And then we got Patrick Sale. And then we got somebody else's name and office redacted. So, of course, that's the same person. And then we got Larry Sale. And then we got the kitchen. So, as you can see, they're still hiding shit from us. Let's see.
pre-programmed numbers listed. Here, let me zoom in so you can read them. Very top, NY office, probably his own New York office. Then Darren office and cell, Rich's office, Mike's cell, Patrick's cell, Larry's cell, the kitchen. And then again, there are some redactions which we assume include identifying information about victims. Now, it's important to understand this is not part of the so-called Epstein files. This release today is completely separate from that. Now, some of this information may be included in what we know as the Epstein files, but these images and videos were produced based on a separate request from the Oversight Committee. Now, speaking of the actual release of the Epstein files, as you know, President
Okay, POTUS signed the law requiring the full Epstein files release with victim redaction. So I guess those are victims that they got redacted. Why would the victim names be on the board? So it's something else that they're redacting. You know what I'm saying? So they signed that law over on November 19th. Law says DOJ has only 30 days to make them available. And right now they're available and we're going to get into them. Just stay tuned.
Trump signed that bill into law that requires the entire Epstein file, minus the names of the victims, of course, to be released to the public by the Department of Justice. By law, that must be done no later than December 19th. That's just a little more than 2 weeks away. So we are waiting on that. As soon as it comes out,
And that's out right
This
now.
morning, a look at Jeffrey Epstein's island, the alleged scene of sexual horrors for young women and girls. Video of Epstein's private retreat in the U.S. Virgin Islands shows the expansive grounds along the coastline, a helipad and swimming pool, and inside, tidy bedrooms and bathrooms, a white robe hanging on the door. There are photos of paintings and sculptures. A metal plate on the floor tile includes the name of the island, Little St. James. And there's a room with a dental
Bro, that's crazy. He was living like royalty. Like, how did he even get all this money? That's what I'm talking about.
chair
Like,
and face masks of men tacked to the wall. House Democrats releasing these images as they pressure the Trump administration to release all of the Epstein files. Republicans accuse them of releasing
man, Trump said release that bullshit. He ain't got shit to do with that, bro. Trump is trying to move on with his life.
selective information. Congress passed and President Trump signed a law requiring the Justice Department to
Man, Trump said release that bullshit, bro. We ain't got shit to do with that bullshit. Y'all always trying to pin some shit on us, bro. Y'all just don't like me. That's what Trump said. Y'all just don't like me. That's what it is. You feel me? That's what it is, Trump. I done been in that same situation, cuz, where they just act like they don't fuck with you for real. They want to pin shit on you and say you this and that. You know what I'm saying? And then when you put 2,000 in their pocket, then they want to act like shit was cool. But shit, y'all wouldn't ride with me in the beginning. You feel me? That's what I'm saying, bro.
Release the records in 30 days. There are 2 weeks left.
Do it even look like Trump would be hanging with some guy like that? Come
Overnight,
on,
a bipartisan group of lawmakers asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to explain how the Justice Department plans to comply. In light of the short 30-day deadline to release the Epstein files, we are particularly focused on understanding the content.
Do it even look like Trump would be hanging with somebody like that? Look at him, and then look at Trump, bro. Trump is a changed man. Trump is a changed man. He trying to turn around, y'all. He came in bad. He made some mistakes. Of course, he made some mistakes. They did him wrong. They tried to throw him in jail. They tried to shoot him. You know what I'm saying? They tried to do it all. Come on now.
Of any new evidence, information, or procedural hurdles that could interfere with the department's ability to meet this statutory deadline. And it turns out there is a potential hurdle here. Any day now, Epstein's co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell is expected to file a petition challenging her 2021 sex trafficking conviction. The Justice Department could try to use that.
So y'all really think Trump did this stuff? That's what y'all telling me? Y'all think Trump did this stuff? Let me know what it was. Let me know in the comment section if y'all think Trump really did this stuff.
Everyone, this news about the
what the fuck? Look at this, guys. What is this? And why would his hand be there? What the hell?
Epstein files being released over the weekend. This is gonna change everything, okay?
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least.
Damn, you see that? Fuck. He ain't even tell us. He ain't answer the goddamn question, Epstein. This is the goddamn problem right now. You ain't answering the question straight. You didn't answer the question straight. So now that's why the fucking nation is unsure.
Today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationship?
Answer the goddamn question, Mr. Epstein. This is the fucking problem right here. This is why we so confused, because this is what he left us.
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Okay, he told us he socialized with him. Okay, high and by. Trump ain't got nothing to do with this, y'all. It was high and by.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question.
Damn, you see that? God damn. I don't know, Mr. Trump. That was he ain't wanna. He answered everything else, but when it got to that question, damn. Under 18 though? Damn, y'all got all this money and y'all got to talk to girls that's under 18. Now that's a problem. Now there is a problem. You
For the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files, did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so I have.
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked and the number of.
Well, it sounds like those children being trafficked. I appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number.
Bruh, of course they gonna include his name in there as many times as they want, bruh. They gonna include his name in there as many times as they want. But he didn't do this stuff. I don't think he did this stuff. I don't think Trump did this stuff. He got too much money, bro. He got too much money, bro. It's like, bro, why would he be entertaining some bullshit like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If y'all think he did, put yes in the comment section. If y'all think he didn't, put no.
Misleading factor.
My take on it is he got hella money. You know what I'm saying? He can get any girl in the world. Why the hell would you settle for somebody that's underage and commit a crime? That's stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? But that's mental health issues too. You know what I'm saying? So what do y'all think? Yes or no in the comment section?
We have not released anyone's name we have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at
We have
least be 1,000
released
times?
every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
You can
so-
characterize the numbers however you want it.
Claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not.
Be.
It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political
And that
innuendo
includes protecting
so you can
sexual
go out to the
assault victims.
sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising
reclaiming my
article.
time,
And
Director.
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the
Director,
people of California are being
Trump- if
underserved by
President-
your representation.
See, and that's why we can't get shit done in the country right here. This is exactly why we can't get shit done in the country, because we got politicians like these two guys right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like a power struggle. That's what it is between the two sides, between Democrats and Republicans. It's like a goddamn power struggle, and they're both talking over each other. You know what I'm saying? This is really remind me of my last relationship. A goddamn power struggle, just talking over each other, just arguing some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Toxic. It's toxic for the country. It was toxic for me as a man, and it's toxic for the country. You feel me?
The president is not implicated. Why not release everything that involves?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released.
Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our
Did
team.
you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
You see how thirsty he is to see Trump is in there? Like, damn. They just thirsty as hell to get Trump involved in this shit, bro.
We have released where President Trump's name is in
It's
the
a simple
attorney's
question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the president's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed
The question is
painstakingly
simple.
who
Did you
can
tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes
if you're
or
gonna
no,
mock-
Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No, A, B, C,
Director,
E,
it
F.
sounds
wanna
like
do
you
it?
don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving
Now, how the hell we gonna get to any? How the hell we gonna get anything done in this country with this type of shit? See, this why you need firm, clean cut, just cutthroat. You need like somebody that's gonna just be absolute. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that's gonna be absolute. Like, this is what it is, nigga. If you don't think it's that, that's cool, but this what it is. You feel me? I feel like that's kind of how Trump is, though. If you ask me, that's how Trump is as a president. He's like saying, this is what it is, and if you don't fuck with it, that's cool, but this what the fuck it is still. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me get in these emails. They said the latest and greatest, he is, yes, man, no one is trying to get Trump involved. Trump is involved. Okay, so y'all think Trump is involved in this stuff. Okay. You said I sound lost. How I sound lost? 46, 48. How I sound lost? And now we in election year again, 2026 for these clowns. Yep. And who y'all think gonna win the elections this time? Who are even the politicians coming around for this next
your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California. I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I'm the lawless gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. You're the first.
Look, and at the end, he gonna assume some shit. Ain't that some shit? All that arguing just for you to assume some shit at the end. That's what our country is.
Are you ready? Okay. You ready? You like it? You sure?
Damn. Look, they done got Trump with them girls, y'all. God damn. Just when I'm trying to take up for him, there you go, y'all, with them girls. God damn. I can't unsee it now. There you go with them girls. There you go. Is this on the island? God damn. Whoop, it's tagged Epstein Island. Shit. Trump got his hand on that waist. Trump got his hand on that waist. He trying to hit some shit. He ain't trying to play no game with these motherfuckers. He ain't trying to play no game with these girls. You feel me? Shit, when I got my hand on her waist like that, shit. You feel me? Hell yeah, he ready to slow down. Oh yeah, look. She got the drink in hand too. How old is these girls? That's what we gotta see. That's the question. If they of age, shit, let him chill out. All on this shit. If they of age, then y'all need to get out of his business. You know what I'm saying? But if they ain't of age, then that might be a problem, you know? But she look like she might be of age though. What y'all think? They might be just, you know what I'm saying? They look like they of age. Like he chilling. Like let him vibe out. Damn. He can't chill out at the party, grabbing the waist. Shit, y'all ain't grab no waist. Y'all ain't been grabbing no waist. Y'all ain't been grabbing no waist lately. What the hell? Come on now. I know I done grab a couple weight. You feel me? I done grab a couple weights out there, motherfucker.
Work one morning. Down the path. Along the lake.
Oh yeah, he's feeling that one. Nah, he ready. Yeah, he's feeling that one. Look, Trump. See, look, and then he focused on one. She look of age, so that's how I know he ain't do this stuff. Cause Trump a player. You see me? Trump a player. He just chilling. You feel me? He focused on his shorty. How it's supposed to be. You feel me? Look at him.
A tender-hearted woman. So
he got them all though, but he got his one. Or is that a different one? Hold on, Trump. Hold on. Because it looked like the other one is the one, you know what I'm saying? I think the other one is the one that he's holding at first. So hold on. He holding the next one. Is this the net? Damn, Trump had them all. Shit. You feel me? Shit. You feel me? Trump had them all, buddy. That's why they mad at him. You feel me? He can't show up. He was doing that poly shit before it was a thing. That's why they mad. You feel me? Look at him. He was just grabbing her waist. Now he grabbing her waist. Now he gonna be grabbing her waist. You feel me? Trump was just in this mother grabbing weight. They all look of age though. If you ask me, they all look of age. So let a player play. You feel me? I feel like they might be.
A poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Oh well, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman. Sighed the broken snake. She wrapped him up.
Yeah, Trump
all cozy.
Oh, look, can he
in a curvature of silk.
See that? Trump Trump had some baddies back then. Shit, that's why they mad at him. They like, damn, he had the baddies and he's the president. They like, nah, his life too epic. You feel me? His life might be too epic out here. Imagine having 4 baddies and you the president. Like, shit, nigga. Shit. I'm the president of the goddamn country. And I got 4 goddamn baddies right here. You feel me? And get what? I'm grabbing the waistline. I'm grabbing a waistline. You feel me?
Then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk.
Now that's where you messed up, Trump. You shouldn't have got close to him. You shouldn't have been talking to him. Now you should have stayed over there with them ladies, because now they gonna got you talking to him, and now they try and put you on some stuff that he was doing. But you wasn't doing that stuff, Trump. We saw you over there grabbing them waists of them ladies that was of age. We didn't see no little kids over there.
Now she hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the broken snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom.
Oh yeah, Trump, yeah. You see him? Trump wasn't playing, bro. Trump wasn't playing. You feel me? He wasn't doing that stuff. He was in there moving and grooving. Look at that lady. She look alright. You feel me? That's one of them ones that you want. And he looking her in her eyes. You know what I'm saying? He ain't looking elsewhere. He ain't looking for Epstein. He ain't looking for them little girls. Hell no. He ain't looking for no little girl right now. He looking at her in her eyes. Shit, he ready to take her down. He ready to take her to Pound Town. Fuck that. You feel me?
You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in...
But then Trump grabbed her waist too. Shit.
By now, you certainly would have died. Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed.
See this? Trump ain't really messing with them, bro. Look, he dapped them up like, yeah, what's up with y'all? Y'all good? All right, keep it pushing.
And held him tight.
Look, he just patted him on through. Go ahead, little nigga. He ain't got it like Trump, bro. He ain't one of them ones. Epstein. He did your ass on. He dapped them on up and get your ass on, because I got some shit.
But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman.
See that? You peep the pink collar? You peep the pink collar? That's pimping. You feel me? That's pimping. Come on now. Yeah. That's player. You feel me? The pink collar? Not the pink tie. I mean, the pink tie. Y'all peep the pink tie? You see that? You got to be a player to even pull that off. You got to have a certain amount of money in your bank account. See, when you got the pink tie, you got to show up with 4 of them. You can't just show up with one of them things. You know what I'm saying? When you got the pink tie, you got to have 4 of them, bro. Like he is something he had to do. You know what I'm saying?
Me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender.
That? He had it might have been 5. I see another face over there. Shit, he might have had 5. He might have had 5 on this night. You know what I'm saying? Just something slight. You feel me? Pink collar, pink tie on their ass. Pink tie on their ass with 5 of them.
Dear woman, sighed the vicious snake.
It's party time.
I saved you! I saved you! I saved you! Cried that woman.
See that?
And you've been...
Yep.
Could you please give us your name? Jeffrey Epstein. Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis?
Now, why would they ask this? This shit is getting out of control.
Form, vague, indefinite, and I'm going to give you the first warning, Mr. Cuban, that these types of questions
Sir, according to the police department's probable cause affidavit, one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom.
Damn, ain't that some shit? This is some crazy questions to be asking in the interrogation room.
But was thin and small towards the head portion and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a...
He walked out. He walked out. You see that?
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question.
Nah, hell nah. Answer the goddamn question. See, this is the fucking problem right here. This is why the country is in an uproar, because he did this shit. He tried to take Trump through there. Trump didn't do this stuff. He showed up with a 5-piece because he had the pink tie. We saw it. He was pimping. It's called pimping. Okay? He had the pink tie, y'all. He showed up with 5 of them things. Y'all saw him grab the waist and look her in the eye. Then he grabbed the other girl waist. Look her in the eye. You feel me? He ain't playing. It's a certain tax bracket that Trump is in, and he able to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that
I'm going to have to assert.
y'all ain't never showed up to the club with 5 of them joints on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never showed up grabbing 5 waists. Y'all ain't never grabbed 5 waists at once. Trump was doing it with the pink tie. It's called pimping. It's called player, partner. You feel me?
6th and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
No one realized that less than 12 hours.
Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Pam Bondi in the Trump Justice Department, attorneys general going all the way back to President Obama's term, and 2 former FBI directors all got one of these subpoenas today. Why? Because the House of Representatives wants everything the United States government and those who ran it have on Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And these subpoenas aren't just for documents and records. They're also ordering brand new depositions. So here's what's going on. Yes, the House of Representatives is still on recess, but before they left, the powerful House Oversight Committee passed several motions. One was offered by Republican from Pennsylvania, Representative Scott Perry, to subpoena all the people I already mentioned. Another was offered by Democrat Representative Summer Lee of Pennsylvania to subpoena the Trump Justice Department to release all the files related to the Epstein case. Another was offered by Republican Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona to release all the communications between President Biden or anyone in his administration related to the Epstein case. And last was offered by Republican Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina to redact the names of the victims that are included in all of these documents. All of those motions passed in this House committee made up of both Republicans and Democrats on July 23rd. Now, before I go any further, if you want to read all of these actual subpoenas and letters connected to the subpoenas and see all the deposition deadlines, I'm going to email all of those documents out to you tonight in my fax HQ.
All right, let's
You want the truth about who spent the most time on that island? Fine, I'll give it to you straight, no filter. The former president, you know exactly.
And to the President of the United States of America, who is not here today, I want to send a clear message to you. While I do understand that your position has changed on the Epstein files, and I'm grateful that you have pledged to sign this bill, I can't help to be skeptical of what the agenda is. So, with that being said, I want to relay this message to you. I am traumatized. I am not stupid. I am traumatized. I am not stupid. You have put us through so much stress, the lockdowns, the halt of these procedures that were supposed to have happened 50 days ago. the Adelita Grijalva who waited to get sworn in, and then get upset when your own party goes against you because what is being done is wrong. It's not right. For your own self-serving purposes, this is America. This is land of the free. Land of the free. In 1863, we have a woman on top of the Capitol building represent freedom. I do not feel free today. I don't know if the women behind me feel free today. And to the president of...
Damn, so she think it's the president's fault. She think Trump was halting this thing and keeping it out, hiding it from the public. But Trump just signed that shit. Like, bro, look at the files. Like, Trump just signed the bills. Everybody can see the files now. They've been out for a couple days now. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Next day, tomorrow, still nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you kind of wonder, like, what is all of this really for? You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I never went to the island. I never had the privilege of
See that? There you go, right there. He never even went to the island. He ain't ever even been over there.
Went to his island, and I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
Trump ain't got time to be going to your island, cuz. He got 5 of them things. He grabbing 5 ways. Come on now. Trump grabbing 5 ways with the pink tie. Today he on his political shit. He got the red joint on. But some nights he got his pink tie. You know what I'm saying? Some nights he put on his pink tie. And that's the nights he don't want to be bothered with y'all in that political shit. He grabbing 5 ways. Come on now. Tell him.
By the way, I never went to the island. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited.
I turned it down. I didn't want to go. He ain't like me. I don't even like him like that. I turned it down. You heard him. Look at it.
To his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. By the way, I never went to the island. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I
turned it down. I didn't want to go. Like, you don't even want to go there. Like, come on now.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's?
I don't even want to be there.
Every single day, sometimes for 3 times a day, when Ghislaine herself, by her own hand, forced me into Jeffrey Epstein's room to be raped. I spent the last 17 years trying to get some form of justice, trying to put together a life for myself, and I haven't been able to do that. If the FBI and the governmental institutions listened to Maria Farm in 1996, I wouldn't have been raped. Liz Stein, the other survivor, I was 10 years old when she was being trafficked. I was 10. I'm now 37. I was 10 when she was being raped. This was an international sex trafficking ring that trafficked hundreds of children and young women into the thousands.
Damn. I didn't know it was that big. What the hell? Into the thousands. Now we dealing with some freaky motherfuckers, ain't we, y'all? I ain't know. So I don't know. I don't know. We got to do some more research because this is getting out of control.
With the recent release of the Epstein files, do you believe that they could have been altered before they came out? And do you believe that the high-profile people that are in the files will actually be held accountable? Because
that was a good question to ask Charlie Kirk before he Look at her shirt too. Free Trump. She with the.
Don't believe it. I'm going to do a quick answer because I answered it earlier. The administration's got to make it right. We deserve to have every single file released, unredacted, as President Trump signed the executive order. I'm cynical though that we're going to get everybody on the client list. I'm afraid it's all been destroyed. But this is one of the great cover-ups. We don't know how involved our own government was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Foreign governments were involved with Jeffrey Epstein. We have a moral right to learn about it, and the administration's got to Got to get that correct.
With the recent release of the Epstein files, do you believe?
Yeah, so okay, Charlie Kirk had a pretty firm. See, Charlie Kirk was stern on his stance. That's what I fuck with about him too. That's how I feel about it too. It's a lot of things, and I feel like it's probably destroyed. Like by the time they released it, it's probably already watered down in the first place. So who knows?
That they
Does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
It's not
Now, you heard what the fuck he said. Like, come on, why is they playing stupid? They in this whole courtroom and they playing stupid, like acting like they can't hear and shit. Come on now.
complicated question. Does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
I didn't say it was a complicated question. I just didn't hear you, so my apologies.
How can you not hear, stupid motherfucker?
We have released where President Trump's name's in the Epstein files and everybody else, and all credible information that we are legally allowed to release has been released.
All right, so let's go through that. You're referring to court orders that prohibit you from releasing grand jury testimony under Rule 6E. Is that what you're referring to when you say as the law allows?
That's a piece of it.
Really? What other
Well,
evidence?
this is Patel. I feel like Patel is not a good spokesperson for this type of stuff, so I don't even want to hear it.
There's also a room with a dentist chair. We'll show it to you now if we can get it up.
Why is it absurd? Come on now. They just making up anything now. Why is it an absurd dentist room? Why can't you just have a dentist room on this damn island? Damn, they can't even look. It's called being wealthy. Damn. Can he get his teeth fixed when he want to? Like, this shit getting crazy.
It's a room with a dentist chair, and there are a bunch of male masks on the wall. It's very strange. This is not the first dentist chair that has appeared in Epstein's homes. I know the significance of the dentist chair.
I do not know the significance of the dentist chair. Much of what I know about the estate in the Virgin Islands comes from Virginia Giuffre and her descriptions of this estate in her book. And she talks about lots of other features of the estate, including the sundials at the middle, the multiple cabanas at various edges of the property that Epstein used for massages, or had the girls that he was traveling with perform massages for other people who were visiting in them, so that they could both simultaneously enjoy the sun and have concealment from public view. Those are some of the features of the estate with which I'm more familiar. The dentist chair, I will confess to you, is not something I had previously focused on.
The Democrats have just in the last couple hours released another batch of disturbing, never-before-seen images from Jeffrey Epstein's estate in the Caribbean, proving to Donald Trump that the story isn't going away anytime soon, and ramping up the pressure on his Justice Department to release files, as is now required by bipartisan law. We got the first glimpses earlier today inside what Epstein's victims and survivors described as a, quote, house of horrors, at the center of allegations of sexual abuse of teenage girls, and the isolation they said they felt there. The images taken in 2020 after Jeffrey Epstein's death were shared with the House Oversight Democrats by law enforcement in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The committee's top Democrat, Congressman Robert Garcia, says the images offer this, a, quote, disturbing look into the world of Jeffrey Epstein and his island. We are releasing these photos and videos to ensure public transparency in our...
So we already done saw the photos and videos.
What the fuck is this? Victim.
So like Chairman Aguilar said, we hear a lot from our constituents on different issues, but something I've heard that doesn't seem to be being covered are the Epstein files. These files were released, and like Donald Trump's sort of all over this, right? There are pictures of him with Jeffrey Epstein. He's taken multiple plane flights with Epstein, with young girls on board. He is in call logs with Epstein. One of the highest trending hashtags on Twitter right now is about Trump and Epstein. I'm not going to repeat the hashtag because we're in a dignified setting. But yeah, y'all might want to look at that because that's highly disturbing. And again, it shows that Donald Trump is unfit for office. And by...
Bro, I feel like you hating, cuz. I feel like you might be hating, cuz. You ain't fit for the office either. Chinaman. You feel me? You can't be telling nobody they unfit over here and you can't even be it. You feel me?
Did y'all hear what Melanie Stansbury found in the Epstein file?
Oh, no.
So like Chairman Aguilar said, we hear a lot from our constituents on different issues, but something I've heard that doesn't seem to be being covered are the Epstein files. these files were released, and like Donald Trump sort of all over this, right? There are pictures of him with Jeffrey Epstein. He's taken multiple plane flights with Epstein with young girls on board. He is in call logs with Epstein. One of the highest trending hashtags on Twitter right now is about Trump and Epstein. I'm not going to repeat the hashtag because we're in a dignified setting. But yeah, y'all might want to look at that because that's highly disturbing. And again, it shows that Donald Trump is unfit for office. And by the way, he was convicted in a civilian court for sexual assault, convicted in a separate court of 34 felonies. Donald Trump should drop out of the race.
Damn. See that?
Did y'all hear what Melanie Stansbury found in the Epstein files? Watch this.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I actually went through the files this weekend in depth. Donald Trump is not only named over and over in them, it is discussed this trial in which he was accused of raping a 13-year-old at Epstein's house.
Oh, hell no, Trump. Hell no. Y'all hear that? Now we can't just automatically assume, but I don't even like people that's accused of this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't even like people that's accused of this type of stuff. Nowhere near it.
There is extensive discussions about a subpoena of Donald Trump in one of Jeffrey Epstein's cases in which he was accused for rape and sexual abuse. He was subpoenaed and gave a deposition in that case. There is...
Wow, Trump. Wow, Trump. This what you did? This what you did, Trump? I can't stand by this. We can't stand by this. We can't let this happen.
Extensive discussion between Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Mr. Wolf about not only Trump coming to his house, but, Epstein says in these emails that he has photographs of Trump with girls.
Yeah, you're done, Dookie. Done. There ain't no wiggling your way out of this one. So I hope that you made your plans to flee to Argentina, because that's the only way you ain't gonna face consequences for all this bullshit. This is just the beginning of the end for you and everybody in your administration. Melanie said Dookie Booty is all up and through these Epstein files. Once everybody sees you for the PDF that you are, you'll lose all fucking credibility, and everybody will start to turn on you. Watch. These bitches about to start flipping like a pillow on a hot summer night. Everybody except for Clay Higgins, of course. But it's too late for them, because they going down with you for all the bullshit they done did for these past fucking 11 months. Did y'all hear what Melanie Stansbury found in the Epstein files? Watch this.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I actually went through the files this weekend in depth. Donald Trump is not only named over and over in them, it is discussed this trial in which he was accused of raping a 13-year-old at Epstein's house.
Now, what y'all think about that? Y'all think that's true?
There is extensive discussions about a subpoena of Donald Trump in one of Jeffrey Epstein's cases in which he was accused for rape and sexual abuse. He was subpoenaed and gave a deposition in that case. There is extensive discussion between Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Mr. Wolf about not only Trump coming to his house, but, Epstein says in these emails that he has photographs of Trump with girls.
Yeah, you're done, Dookie. Done. There ain't no wiggling your way out of this one. So I hope that you made your plans to flee to Argentina, because that's the only way you ain't gonna face consequences for all this bullshit. This is just the beginning of the end for you and everybody in your administration. Melanie said Dookie Booty is all up and through these Epstein files. Once everybody sees you for the PDF that you are, you'll lose all fucking credibility, and everybody will start to turn on you. Watch.
So y'all think Trump is a PDF? Damn. Y'all telling us we got a PDF in office. That's what y'all think? That's what y'all telling me? That we done elected a PDF?
They just dropped new footage of Epstein's Island. This shit is eerie as hell. First of all, this motherfucker had bathtubs outside. We got a picture of this Panasonic old ass phone. Nah, I don't want no redacts. We got NY office, Darren cell, Rich office, Mike cell. Who the fuck is the redacted? Was that the...
See? The redacted. They hadn't shit.
So
This morning, the bombshell release of what House Democrats say are emails to and from deceased convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, several referring to President Donald Trump by name. In an April 2011 email released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, lawmakers say Epstein wrote to his now convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, 3 years after pleading guilty to sex crimes involving a minor, telling her, "I want you to realize that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Unnamed victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned." According to the released emails, Maxwell responds, "I have been thinking about that." But this summer, in a recorded interview with the Department of Justice, Maxwell told Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the president's former lawyer, she never witnessed Trump act inappropriately.
"I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects."
Shortly after that interview, Maxwell was moved to a minimum security prison camp, prompting criticism she received.
So was that bribery? Getting her to say that? You know what I'm saying? Did somebody bribe her to say that so that she can get moved to a minimal security prison? You know what I'm saying? We need to realize this stuff. And why is the dog that haven't barked, why is they sending notes amongst each other talking about Trump? But then again, she's saying Trump was a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Some shit ain't adding up. We got more research to do, y'all. Once again, man, you are tuned into Surviving Filmo Africa. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. We got 319 people in here tonight, man. I appreciate you guys stopping through. Sub up, sub up, sub up, sub up, sub up. I'm on my way to 20,000 subs, guys. Hit that like button for me. We had 35 likes. Let's try to get to at least 50 in the next few minutes. Let's get it.
Special treatment. Committee Democrats also releasing this January 2019 email where Epstein corresponds with author Michael Wolff less than 6 months before the financier would be charged again, this time with sex trafficking of minors. Discussing President Trump's repeated claim he kicked Epstein out of his Palm Beach club, Epstein writing, "Trump said he asked me to resign, never a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop." President Trump has denied any knowledge of Epstein's alleged crimes.
It's a hoax. It's started by Democrats.
After Epstein's arrest in 2019, Trump said he hadn't spoken with him in 15 years. And earlier this year, Trump claimed the reason he banned his one-time friend from Mar-a-Lago in the mid-2000s was because Epstein stole Trump's club staff, including young women.
He took people, and because he took people, I said, "Don't do it anymore. You know, they work for me." And he took, beyond that, he took some others.
Damn, so Epstein was coming taking girls from him. Trump had to ban his little ass from his island. So they weren't on good terms at all. Trump said, "Nah, you can't come here no more, cuz. You can't be touching my girls." The hell? I'm a player. I'm pimping. You doing some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on now. You doing some
of thousands of other pages of the Department of Justice's Epstein records. Once she does that, the clock starts ticking down to that vote, expected in the coming weeks, George.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars because hell has officially frozen over. The DOJ is finally being forced to release the Epstein grand jury transcripts. Yes, the same DOJ that spent 2 decades treating Epstein like he was in their Employee of the Month program. The same DOJ that couldn't find a single human trafficking crime, but could find the delete button on every camera within a 5-mile radius of his cell. And the reason they suddenly found Jesus? Because Congress passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And
see that? When he got that pink towel on, that mean he pimping this night. He ain't got nothing to do with no political shit. Let him party. 1992, that's the year I was born, too. Year I was born, Trump was out partying. Look at that.
open the Jeffrey Epstein files. Tonight, the Wall Street Journal is now reporting that Attorney General Pam Bondi and her deputy Todd Blanche told President Trump back in May that his name appears in the Epstein files multiple times. Last week, when pressed by ABC's Catherine Faulders, the president denied that the Attorney General told him his name was in the files. The Attorney General reportedly recommending to the president at the time to not release any more files, and the president reportedly deferred to the Justice Department. And tonight, the Republican-led House Oversight Committee has now subpoenaed Jeffrey Epstein's former companion, Ghislaine Maxwell, who of course is serving a 20-year prison sentence. ABC.
Damn, she doing 20 years for sex trafficking with Jeffrey Epstein. And now they want to tie and the now sitting president into this mess. Now, if Trump gets tied into this mess and he gets sent to jail, how much time y'all think he really gonna get or really gonna be able to do? You know what I'm saying? Think about that too. What would be the punishment for something like this if Trump is actually found guilty in something like that? And can he be found guilty in something like this? You know what I'm saying? Would this be a civil case because so much time already then went past? All the survivors from this case, they're all millionaires now. They done been paid out millions of dollars because of this. I don't know how they paid out. I don't know how they made all these people millionaires, but supposedly the victims in this case, they're all supposed to be millionaires. So that's something to think about too. But it's still, what would be the punishment? What would y'all think would be a good punishment for Trump if it is found that he was involved in this sex trafficking ring with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein? Let me know in the comment section.
He's chief White House correspondent.
Literally, I just found out my mom was on Epstein Island.
Had a friend who was in charge of a lot of construction on the island, and he had a 120 square foot house, cantilevered over the ocean, fabulous, and he wanted it bigger. He's one single person with a lot of friends, and they had to import sand from Barbuda to make a beach, and they imported palm trees and all kinds of trees, and Epstein came and he didn't like where the palm trees were planted, so he said he began telling the people where to put the palm trees and moving them, like move that one 3 feet to the right, move that one half a foot that way. He was really controlling, but the most controlling thing I remember is that he hired an Italian team of stone workers from Italy to construct a walkway and a path and a whole area in the garden to the house. And they came and they worked for months and months exactly as the architect had planned it. And apparently it was very beautiful. And then Epstein came. And by the way, when he was coming by helicopter, they had to put away all the equipment because he didn't like to see any of it.
Damn, think about that. So he had people working on his house, but when he would arrive to his house, they would have to put up the equipment and shit because he don't want to see that shit. That's some rich, that's some billionaire type shit. You know what I'm saying? Then she said he arrived by helicopter. So how the hell did Epstein get all this goddamn money? That's what I want to know.
So they had a special thing that would hide all the work equipment. So when he came and saw the beautiful work that the Italian team had done, he made them rip it all down because he didn't like what they did. I mean, and I'm sure it was wonderful. And that's it for now. I'm eating.
Okay. Literally, I just found.
I think the Epstein files need to be released. Yes,
there's an island
Did you know that the
Jeffrey Epstein's private...
Breaking news rocking Washington, D.C. Never before seen emails released this morning by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, raising new questions about President Trump's relationship with convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The emails provided to Congress by the Epstein estate show private correspondence between Epstein and his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell, and between Epstein and author Michael Wolff, with multiple references to Trump, all raising more questions about what Trump knew and when. Epstein writing in a 2011 email to Maxwell that Trump, quote, spent hours at his house with a sex trafficking victim. Epstein calls Trump in this email a, quote, dog that hasn't barked. We should note it's not clear what exactly Epstein meant by those comments.
A dog that hasn't barked. Now that says a lot. That goes to make me think that Trump has something to do with this.
Bring in MSN.
You see why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the native set?
Yeah, sure. Could I just interrupt for a second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste it?
This creep, you see that? This creep. Trump ain't fuck with him, bro.
Time, and you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. The minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively. The video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter.
Why is a minute missing from a video? That's what I want to know. And what possibly could have happened in that minute that could have changed the fate of what happened to Jeffrey Epstein in that cell? Because as it stands, they're saying that he committed suicide, but the video that shows the outside of his cell has been altered. So that's very tricky. We got to get down to the bottom of that also.
And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they read.
Is it possible that Trump could have had Epstein to, you know what I'm saying, offed?
That video is old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night.
Democrats in Congress have released never-before-seen images from Jeffrey Epstein's home in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, many of his accusers say they were abused there.
This is the Virgin Islands home of Jeffrey Epstein. You can see inside the bedrooms, the ocean views, the pool, and the den where a blackboard shows the words power and deception written. Also a dentist chair, which is...
Of course, they're going to pick the two words that sound spooky as hell, power and deception.
Source tells CBS News was put there for one of Epstein's girlfriends, a European studying to be a dentist. And even a framed picture of Epstein and his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, meeting with Pope John Paul II. The images were obtained by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee from authorities in the Virgin Islands. Is one of the goals to apply more pressure on the administration to release...
Nah, they meeting with the Pope, though. We need to investigate the Pope. Did they get girls for the Pope? Hell no. It might be world leaders involved in this shit, y'all. We got to really get to the bottom of this.
Their files?
Absolutely. We're letting the administration know that we're going to continue to get files, whether it's the Epstein estate.
Was Kim Jong-un and Putin ain't on this shit? We got to know.
Whether it's through the Virgin Islands, whether it's through the banks. And we're going to put information together to ensure this investigation moves forward and gets justice for the survivors.
When CBS News visited the island by boat in 2020, people in nearby St. James told us they were aware of Epstein's past, with some referring to the island as Pedophile Island. The U.S.
What the hell? That's crazy.
Virgin Islands government claims Epstein trafficked underage girls by helicopter. Virginia Giuffre, an Epstein survivor who died by suicide earlier this year, wrote that she was abused on the island. And at a news conference at the Capitol in September, survivor Lisa Phillips described her time at Epstein's estate there.
And what I experienced there was a glimpse into a very dark and disturbing world.
Last month, amid bipartisan pressure, the president signed a bill to release the Department of Justice's full Epstein case files. And a bipartisan group of lawmakers are now demanding an update from Attorney General Pam Bondi, as the deadline for doing so is now about 2 weeks away. But that release could be stalled. The president recently ordered the Department of Justice to investigate any ties between Democrats and Jeffrey Epstein, and they could use that investigation as grounds to hold back some of those records.
Different survivors, y'all. Look at that. That one on the end, she was bad back then, wasn't she? The one on the end? Diddy. God damn. Look at Diddy right there. God damn.
Of all people, I would never expect this man to be on the list. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the new files of the Epstein list has been released, and there is a bunch of celebrities on there. A bunch that you would not expect. And we're talking about singers all the way up to royalty. And I'm going to start it with people you may not know and then work up to people I know you know. We've got former Prime Minister Gordon Brown, who was mentioned 22 times. Then we've
Prime Ministers.
got Colin Firth, actor and director. He was mentioned 10 times. But here's where you might start recognizing people if you didn't know who the other ones were. We've got Mr. GQ himself, David Beckham. He was mentioned 9 times. Bet that smile don't look sexy now. Then we've got Princess Diana. She was mentioned 14 times.
Damn, Princess Diana? So this shit go all the way back then?
And a lot of y'all are probably not going to know who this is, but this is Mick Jagger. He was mentioned 9 times. Then we have a few other, like Pierce Morgan. He was mentioned 9 times. Naomi Campbell, she was mentioned 10 times. But these next few, I was never expecting to be on the list. Especially the last one. Then we've got Elton John. He was mentioned 8 times, and I bet that was the same face he was making when he found out he was mentioned 8 times on this list. And this one actually had a lot of people shook, but the next one I'm going to show you actually blew my mind. But she was mentioned 8 times. This is Adele. Stephen Hawking. Of all fucking people, Stephen Hawking, and he was mentioned 17 times. Like, I'm sorry, I understand that a few of those other people that I mention is actually shocking, but the fucking fact that Stephen Hawking is on this fucking list is mind-blowing. So if you haven't seen this, go look it up. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Nah, that's pretty crazy of the people that's on the list. So it's just because they're mentioned, does that mean that they have something to do with the underage children? Or does that just mean that they were mentioned because they attended a party a few times? Or, you know what I'm saying? We need to know these things. It's still vague information.
Listen, we don't have a lot of time. Jeffrey Epstein, I was on the island, yeah? I've got a list. That's based on my drink sales. I was selling drinks. Okay, I was selling pina coladas. That's what I specialize in selling. And I'd go up to them and say, do you want a pina colada? Right? Very popular for that area. Those islands. But they'll say, no, do you have some virgin? And I say, all right, I'll come back with virgin colada. And they said, no, do you have some virgins? And I said, I've got some virgin drinks. What, you want mojito? Or what do you want? Virgin mojito? What do you want? I've got it all. But people get angry when I come back with drinks, yeah? And they say, but we told you we didn't want pina colada, we wanted the virgin. And I said, that's what I've got, yeah? So I would write down the names of all the people I sold to, because sometimes we didn't pay in cash, we sold on credit. So I've got a list of all these people, yeah? Unfortunately for me, it's a list of who's who, and now they're after me. So listen, I put the list On the look at my page, you can see the list of all the people. I told you the drinks, I told you everything. Look at it before they take it down, and who knows if you're ever gonna hear from me. Listen.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right.
We do have breaking news tonight, a deeply divided moment playing out in American history as we come on the air. President Trump has just been impeached on both Article 1, abuse of power, and on Article 2, obstruction of Congress. The votes down party lines as predicted, and all day long here we've been watching the short bursts of anger, the closing arguments from both sides. Democrats arguing the evidence was clear, arguing the president used the power of his office for personal and political gain with this election coming.
All right, Trump is facing impeachment articles and the possibility of jail time, and both of these are unfolding at the very same moment. And that's a monumental convergence that could change everything. Impeachment articles have been filed in the House, listing 7 different counts. There are articles covering obstruction, articles on seizing congressional power, and even an article specifically about tyranny. Tyranny. The House is officially accusing Trump of attempting to institute tyrannical rule. This isn't your standard political squabble or just Democrats acting partisan. This is a formal, institutional accusation. The charge is that Trump is attempting to become a tyrant. Meanwhile, federal judges are warning that his defiance of court orders could lead to criminal contempt, which means Trump could actually be jailed. Federal judges are issuing opinions outlining the legal path, from him ignoring court rulings to him facing jail time. Judges are saying if Trump continues defying their orders, they are prepared to hold Trump in criminal contempt. They've stated they have the means to fine him and jail him, and are outlining the exact process. So you have Congress advancing on impeachment, while judges are getting ready to hold Trump in contempt, with both branches of government concurrently amping up the pressure on Trump. And this isn't speculation or a theory. This is happening right now. Impeachment articles have been filed. Judges already found probable cause for contempt. The whole machine is now in motion. The whole machine is moving, and Trump is running out of time to change direction. Here's the deal with Judge James Boasberg. He found Trump's administration violated his court order on deportations. Boasberg had specifically ordered that asylum seekers could not be deported. Boasberg had issued a formal injunction. He was unambiguous. Do not deport these people. Yet Trump's administration went ahead and did it. The Trump administration deported the individuals regardless. They violated the court's directive. And once Boasberg discovered this, Boasberg basically said, okay, you're in contempt. He found probable.
We do have breaking news tonight.
Okay, breaking tonight, actually just moments ago, a U.S. court has started revealing the names of dozens of people with ties to deceased financier Jeffrey Epstein, a move that could unveil new details about his sex trafficking and obviously all kinds of names surrounding that. Senior correspondent Eric Shawn is following these developments from New York. We were waiting all day for this, Eric, and it's just popping right now and just getting these documents, and it's a lot of them. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Brad. A lot of them, but very slowly coming out. The list of Jeffrey Epstein's friends and people who dealt with him being unmasked, more than 170 expected to be identified, mostly business associates, politicians, celebrities. Among them, no clients, no indications anyone did anything wrong. The first thing that we do have is an email apparently sent from Ghislaine Maxwell. Of course, she was convicted as part of being the sex trafficking operation that Epstein ran. She is serving 20 years in prison. An email to apparently 2 lawyers saying she doesn't want to be part of a defamation case. She is discussing defamation. That was a 2015 email, so I think we're going to get a lot of these type of general issues.
Once again, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you do not miss an episode, man. We are headed to 20,000 subs. We are also headed to 2026, man. Let me know your New Year's resolutions in the comment section, man. What are you guys' plans for Christmas? We got one more holiday left in the year, y'all. Christmas is coming up. Get your wallets out. Get your wallets ready for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? 2026 is on the way. Put your New Year's resolutions in the comment section, man. Let's get it.
Turning stateside, U.S. House Democrats
A couple of things, Stan.
Tonight, newly revealed the court dropped Epstein. Do you think Epstein killed himself sincerely?
I don't know. I will say that, he was a fixture in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I think he probably committed suicide. He had a life with,
My name is Marina Lacerda. I was minor victim 1 in federal indictment of Jeffrey Epstein in New York in 2019. I was one of dozens of girls that I personally know who were forced into Jeffrey's mansion on 9 East 71 Street in New York City when we were just kids. Today is the first time that I ever speak publicly about what happened to me. I never thought that I would find myself here. The only reason that I am here is because it feels like the people who matter in this country finally care about what we have to say. As an immigrant from Brazil, I feel empowered knowing that the little girl struggling to get by at 14 and 15 years old finally has a voice.
Immigrant from Brazil, you see this? And she's a survivor. Marina Lacerda.
For the first time, I feel like I matter as an American. I was only 14 years old when I met Jeffrey. It was the summer of high school. I was working 3 jobs.
They got all these millions of dollars, these big ass compounds and shit. They driving these nice ass cars, and yet they want to have sex with fucking underage girls. What type of sense does that make? That don't even make no goddamn sense, bro. So he deserved to be in jail. Whatever happened to him, he deserved that too, because that's some bullshit. And for that to happen to hundreds of women, that's uncalled for. And if Trump was involved in that shit, then he need to be in that jail too, and he can do whatever he need to do too.
To try to support my mom and my sister when a friend of mine in the neighborhood told me that I could make $300 to give an older guy a massage. It went from a dream job to the worst nightmare. Jeffrey assistant Leslie Groff would call me and tell me that I needed to be at the house so often that I ended up dropping out of high school before 9th grade. And I never went back. From 14 to 17 years old, I went and worked for Jeffrey instead of receiving an education. Every day I hoped that he would offer me a real job as one of his assistants.
Here are some of the high-profile names in the Epstein email.
My name is Marina Lacerda.
Here are some of the high-profile names in the Epstein emails. Peter Thiel. Epstein emailed tech investor Peter Thiel in 2018, praising his Trump exaggerations, not lies. Thiel replied, "Can't complain thus far," and Epstein invited him to visit the Caribbean. December visit me.
Once again, make sure you guys remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you do not miss an episode. I'm your host, Surviving Filmo Africa. You are tuned into Presidential Secrets Part 2. I appreciate everybody for stopping through tonight, man. This is the conclusion of our stream. Make sure you guys tune in for Presidential Secrets Part 3. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. So sub up tonight. Tomorrow we going to dig deeper into this topic. And yeah, once again, man, make sure you guys remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm your host, Surviving Filmo Africa. Until next time, let's get it. Cheers.